That right there is a raw meal for a 55-pound dog. Got a large chicken leg quarter. That mass of green stuff is chopped spinach. And we've got a bunch of chicken liver there. And that right there is my 21-week-old Lycan Shepherd. She's just behind the kennel, so I can film this little bit here and show you her food. This is going to be a mukbang video. Enjoy. Sit. There are three main raw diets. There's the BARF diet, which is an acronym for biologically appropriate raw foods. The RMB diet, which is an acronym for raw meaty bones. And the prey model diet. I feed the BARF diet. It's eating up that spinach and liver. You can tell by looking at her coat how shiny and beautiful it is. That's all because of the diet she eats. I've noticed tons of health benefits in my dogs the 20 plus years I've been feeding raw. It's one of the reasons why I make these videos. Because I want to share what I've learned with others. Raw meaty bones are wonderful for their teeth and oral hygiene. They prevent any tartar buildup. Again, just look how pretty her coat is. Lulu again is a 21-week-old Lycan Shepherd. For those who will ask, what's a Lycan Shepherd? It's a new breed in the very early stages of development that I and some others are working on. Lulu is from F1 breeding in that process, which is a long process. No, they aren't available to the public at this time, but will be in the future. Lulu has been eating raw foods from day one since she was 4 weeks old. You can go down on my channel and see plenty of videos of her as a 4 and 5 week old puppy and up eating raw meals. I think one of the reasons why she's 55 pounds at 21 weeks old is because feeding raw has given her the ideal nutrition that she needs to reach her biological full potential size and growth wise. Now it's very important when you're feeding raw food that you do feed them bones too. If you just feed them raw meat without the calcium, it screws up their calcium to phosphorus ratio. It'll cause things like loose stools. I typically, the guideline I use is I like to feed my dogs 70% meat, 10% bone, 10% organs, and 10% fruit, veggies, and berries. You can see for a 21-week-old pup, she's in good shape. Got some nice muscle tone to her. She's not too fat. Beautiful coat. Now, I always tell people, if you're interested in feeding a raw diet, don't just take my word for it. I'm just some guy in YouTube. I've provided a bunch of links down below for you to do your own research. I don't portray myself as some type of animal nutritionist or expert. Too many people online try to act like they're experts when they're not. This is just what I found has worked for me. As somebody that's an animal warden, has been working around animals for close to 2 decades and been feeding this way for over 2 decades. This again is just what I found works for me. Raw poultry bones are 100% safe for your dog. It's only cooked bones that are dangerous. Cooking the bone changes the consistency of the bone, makes it undigestible, prone to splinter into sharp pieces, cause bowel obstructions and stuff like that. Those are bees you see flying around. It's mid-September, and from late October through September we get a lot of bees here in Minnesota. Don't do that, you're going to get yourself stung, Lulu. One of the things I like to do is pet and handle my dogs while they're eating raw food. Teaches them not to be food aggressive, teaches them that you're not a threat to their meal. It also demonstrates for the people who say, oh, your dog is going to eat you because you're feeding them raw. No, they're not. It doesn't turn them into some bloodthirsty monster. That's all a wives' tale. This is how everybody fed their dogs before commercial dog food was created around 100 years ago. This is what they are biologically designed to eat. You don't have to worry about things like salmonella with your dogs. 18% of dogs have salmonella as a natural part of their gut flora. Dogs have stronger digestive juices and a shorter G-tract than humans, which allows them to deal with raw food bacteria very easily. Just finishing up the last of the spinach, and just a tiny bit left. My dogs eat a variety of different meats. I feed them chicken, turkey, whole fish, beef. During hunting season, I have several hunters in my family, and I get the parts of the deer that they would normally throw away to feed my dogs. I have videos of them eating venison. I also eat rabbit. The bone is a very important part of the diet to the dogs. You don't want to just feed your dogs raw meat without the bone. They need the calcium. Not by just feeding them raw meat with no bone, you can screw up their calcium to phosphorus ratio, which will give them loose stools. Don't bite at the bee. You can see even at 21 weeks old, she has no problem chewing up that bone. She's been eating this way since she was 4 weeks old. I have videos on my channel showing that if you're interested. I have a raw feeding playlist with all my raw feeding videos. It has over 90 videos in it. Now, if you're under the misconception that feeding raw poultry bones and other raw meaty bones are dangerous for dogs, again, just go take a look at all the vet resources I provide links to in the video description. I'm not interested in your opinion on what I'm doing. Again, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. You can keep that to yourself. Make your own feeding videos about your dog eating kibble if you disagree with what I'm doing. Thanks. Again, look how beautiful her coat is for a 21-week-old puppy. My dogs hike several miles every morning through the Mississippi River Valley. They get tons of exercise. My channel is basically a vlog of my wilderness hikes with my dogs. If that kind of stuff interests you, take a look at my channel. My dogs live in the house. They don't live outside. They're part of the family. Now you can see she has eaten through that whole chicken leg quarter, chewed everything up very well. Well, that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell down below, and you'll get email notifications when my new videos come out, if that interests you. That's all, folks. Bye. Just finishing up the last of that spinach. Bye.